Your brain is not trying to make you happy. It never was. This idea alone feels uncomfortable because we grow up believing that peace is the natural reward of a stable, well-lived life. That if nothing is wrong, the mind should automatically slow down. That quiet moments should feel safe. But that assumption is false. If you've ever noticed that your thoughts become louder precisely when everything around you becomes quiet, this is not a malfunction. It is a pattern, and it has a history. The human brain did not evolve to create calm. It evolved to prevent danger. For most of human history, quiet environments were not reassuring. They were risky. Silence meant you could be approached without noticing. Stillness meant you were exposed. Moments without pressure were moments when attention could drop, and dropping attention could be fatal. So the brain adapted. It learned that when the outside world goes quiet, the inside world must stay active. This is why thoughts accelerate at night, why anxiety appears on vacation, why your mind starts questioning everything right after success or stability. The moment external demands disappear, your brain redirects its energy inward. Not because something is wrong, but because prediction is its primary function. Your brain is not a happiness generator. It is a forecasting engine. It constantly asks one question: what could threaten me next? When there is no clear answer, it does not relax. It imagines. It runs scenarios, replays conversations, anticipates outcomes, reviews mistakes, not to harm you, but to prepare you. This is where overthinking begins. Overthinking is not excessive intelligence. It is unresolved threat detection. The brain does not clearly distinguish between real danger and imagined danger. A possible future failure activates the same systems as an actual physical risk. From the brain's perspective, thinking is doing something. Analyzing feels like action. Worry feels like preparation. Preparation feels safer than stillness. This is why trying to stop thinking rarely works. Silence removes the illusion of control, and the brain resists losing control. Control, not happiness, is what the nervous system is optimized for. Predictability feels safer than peace, even if predictability is uncomfortable. This is why familiar stress often feels more tolerable than unfamiliar calm. Your brain would rather replay known worries than enter an unknown quiet. Unknown quiet offers no data, and no data feels dangerous. This also explains a paradox many people struggle to understand. Some of the strongest anxiety appears when life is objectively stable. No crisis, no urgency, no immediate threat. And yet internally, something feels off. The brain interprets the absence of threat not as safety, but as incomplete information. Something must be missing. So it searches. It scans the past. What went wrong before? It scans the future. What could go wrong next? It scans the self. What if I'm the problem? The mind fills the gap. This is not weakness, it is pattern completion. The brain is designed to close open loops because open loops historically meant danger. An unfinished situation could hide risk. So the brain learned to keep thinking until certainty is restored. The problem is that modern life rarely provides certainty. There is no final signal that tells the nervous system, you are safe now. No permanent resolution, no guaranteed stability, so the system stays active. And when external stimulation is low, internal stimulation increases. This is why distraction feels relieving, temporarily. Scrolling, background noise, constant input. These don't calm the brain, they occupy it. They give the prediction system something external to process. But the moment the stimulation ends, the mind resumes its search. That's why distraction never creates lasting calm. It delays the internal scan, but it does not shut it down. Real rest feels unfamiliar because it removes the brain's usual reference points. Without stimulation, without analysis, the nervous system lacks feedback, and uncertainty activates vigilance. This is also why many people mistake calm for emptiness. When the noise fades, they don't feel relief, they feel exposed, because their identity has been built around thinking, planning, anticipating, managing. Silence threatens that structure. So the mind reactivates itself. It brings up memories, imagined conversations, unfinished futures, anything that restores engagement. In this sense, constant thinking is not the enemy. It is the brain's attempt to maintain coherence. The mistake is believing that calm can be forced. Calm is not an action. The nervous system does not respond to commands, it responds to signals. And the signal it looks for is not silence, it is safety. Safety is not the absence of thought, it is the absence of perceived threat. This is why telling yourself there is nothing to worry about rarely works. The brain does not trust language, it trusts patterns. If your history taught your nervous system that unpredictability precedes harm, it will remain alert, even in peaceful moments. Understanding this changes your relationship with your mind. Instead of seeing restlessness as failure, you see it as protection without direction. The brain is not malfunctioning. It is overperforming, and when a system is overactive, forcing it to stop only increases resistance. Pressure creates counterpressure. This is why many relaxation techniques backfire. They turn calm into a task. Am I relaxed yet? Why isn't this working? I should be calmer than this. Evaluation becomes threat. Threat becomes urgency. Urgency becomes activation. The loop continues. Real calm emerges indirectly, not by chasing it, not by demanding it, but by slowly reducing the nervous system's need to stay vigilant. This happens through consistency, through predictability, through environments that do not constantly demand reaction, and most importantly, through understanding. When the mind realizes that its activity is observed without judgment or urgency, it gradually loosens its grip. Awareness without pressure is one of the few signals the nervous system interprets as safe, and this is why true calm often feels fragile at first. When vigilance begins to soften, there is a sense of instability, not danger, but unfamiliarity. The mind is used to movement, to scanning, to preparing. When that activity slows, it can feel like losing orientation. Many people misinterpret this moment. They assume something is missing, that they should do something, that they are becoming careless. But what they are experiencing is a nervous system that no longer knows what it is supposed to guard against. For a brain trained on anticipation, this state feels exposed. There is no task, no problem to solve, no future to manage, only presence. And presence offers no leverage. This is why calm cannot be held tightly. The moment you try to stabilize it, the mind reactivates. Thinking returns, not as a mistake, but as a reflex. Over time, something subtle changes. The brain learns through repetition that nothing bad follows these quiet moments. No collapse, no punishment, no loss of control. Gradually, vigilance loses its justification, not because it was argued against, but because it became unnecessary. This is how safety is learned, not intellectually, but experientially. And once safety is internalized, the mind does not disappear, it simply stops shouting. Thoughts still arise, but they no longer demand immediate action. They pass. And that passing is what people often mistake for peace. So if your brain refuses to let you rest, it is not because you are broken. It is because rest was never the objective. Survival was. And your mind is still trying to protect you in a world that no longer gives clear signals when danger has passed. Calm is not something you achieve. It is something that happens when the brain no longer feels responsible for preventing the future. And that does not require effort. It requires time and understanding.